What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Miller Time Podcast.
People of color redefining success. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are so happy.
Soup's happy.
Yeah, this is becoming an interesting journey, and we're so excited to be on it with you all.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, even for checking out our first episode. And I just wanted to remind you all that we are going to thrive with the support of you guys. And so be sure to like this podcast, share it, follow us, subscribe, comment. We want to engage with you all to know what you think, how you're feeling, topics that you want to hear. So, yeah, basically talk to us.
Definitely, yeah. Like Courtney said, we thrive and we survive on you guys. But this is our second episode. So here we are. Our last episode was great. Courtney and I got to share a little bit about ourselves and who we are and why we're starting this podcast. And like Courtney said, it's a challenge. Like, it's a challenge stepping into this and trying to build our schedule and get around this. But last episode, we were talking about, about BSPF and what it takes to be successful. And we're going to be interviewing a whole bunch of people on BSPF. And I'm going to keep saying BSPF until you are like, all right, I need to know what BSPF is. So BSPF will be something we will continue to talk about because we believe that it's going to help you be successful. So yeah, today's episode, we are going to go into BSPF.
Oh my gosh.
And we're going to talk about it and we're going to break it down and give you guys just really what is this philosophy that we developed around helping any individual at any point in their life, whether it be physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, financial, relational, career, whatever it is, that you can find success if you learn how to apply this philosophy. And we live by it, we die by it, we use it in our own life.
We haven't died yet.
We haven't died yet, but we will die by it. And we believe that it's going to help you be successful because we've seen this success in our life and we've seen it in other people's lives. And that's why we really want to share it. So this episode, we're really going to focus on the foundation of our lives and what we use in our business, what we use to achieve success in our health and everything else like that. And we call it BSPF.
Again, they still don't know what it is. But we're going to tell you.
So we're going to tell you about it. But we're going to go through, Courtney's going to give you a little overview, or I guess a brief overview of how we've set up this flow of this podcast today.
Yes. So we're going to be going into, because BSPF is an acronym. So we're going to go into what this acronym means. We're going to break it down a little bit, and we're only going to do it briefly because we're actually going to have whole podcast episodes going into more depth with these and giving examples and stories and how we know this is legit.
Yeah.
And but today we are going to share a little bit of the research that we have behind this, so you guys aren't like, they're just pulling this out their booties.
Yes.
Like, no, we are not.
Yes, we are not pulling this out of our booties. You guys are immature.
Yeah. So we're going to tell you why BSPF is so important and how it works. And then every episode, you're going to end with us with a challenge, some kind of reflection, and helping you guys to really apply what we talked about to your lives. So that way, you're not just soaking in material and be like, oh, that was cool, or that sucked. But even if you don't listen to anything, you can fast forward to the end and be like, okay, what's the challenge for today? What is the reflection that I should be reflecting on? And then what's something I can apply?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, like, let's jump in.
Yeah, let's jump in. So if wherever you're listening to this at, if you're in your house, you're doing dishes, you're in the car, sitting in traffic, hoping that you can just Thanos snap everybody away on the freeway. I think about it sometimes. Or if you're at the gym and you're listening to this on Spotify, iTunes, whatever device, that you are about to receive some good stuff. So we're about to get started on BSPF.
Let's do it.
Let's break it down. BSPF.
Before we even get into BSPF, we should tell them about our business.
Dang, girl, this is why I married you.
Right, because they're like, why should I care? The reason you should care. So we started a business almost 3 years ago, back in March of 2017, called CoCo Plan My Life. And CoCo Plan My Life is a personal and professional development company that is all about empowering people to create their extraordinary lives. And what is an extraordinary life? An extraordinary life is exactly what you want it to be. It's the thing that you desire for your life to look like.
Right.
And what makes an extraordinary life different from just living an ordinary life is the extra effort, the extra time, the extra energy that you put into it to make it extraordinary.
Right.
And so what we do is we create spaces, and we're all about creating opportunities and ideas and innovation for you to be able to take whatever idea, whatever thing you're looking for success in, and to help you. Yeah, it can be business,
your career, your job.
Right.
Anything, relationships.
Right. I mean, a lot of people do come to us for relationships too. So to be able to partner with you and to brace you, which I'm giving away a sneak peek of what B stands for, but we're all about being able to support you as you walk throughout this journey of life. And so we do that through a number of ways. Through our events, we sometimes host large scale, small scale events where we provide spaces for people to be able to talk about BSPF and apply it to themselves in fun spaces as well. These are not boring conferences. We keep it lit. And then also through what we call dream teams. Dream teams are small groups of 6 to 8 people that are getting together to empower each other and focusing on each other's dreams and getting them to take action on it to create their extraordinary lives. And they do that because you're doing it for each other. And then lastly, through one-on-one. So we call each other and ourselves creation engineers because we're all about engineering experiences and creating experiences to push you towards success. And so a lot of people meet with us one-on-one to be able to talk about like, hey, I have a business idea, or hey, I'm trying to get my finances in order, or hey, I'm just needing some kind of balance in my life. I feel all over the place. And so CoCo Plan My Life is really all about people, is really all about being able to love on people, to partner with people, and we thrive off of being able to really come together and create like an individualized experience that each person needs in order to find that extraordinary life.
And even a group experience, even with our dream teams, we put together group experiences to do that as well.
Right.
And of course, if you're wondering why is it called CoCo Plan My Life, is because Courtney's nickname is Coco.
I am the Coco.
She is the Coco.
I need a shirt that says that.
You should get a shirt that says I am the Coco. She's Coco, and she's all about organization and structure and planning. And I'm all about strategic thinking and dreaming and influence. And so together, we are CoCo Plan My Life.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's get into this. BSPF. Courtney has already ruined the surprise that I've been building up from the beginning of this episode, which is, what is BSPF? The first one is brace. Second one, spark. Third, purpose. And the last, flow. BSPF. B as in brace, S as in spark, P as in purpose, and F as in flow. Now, what is all that? So we're going to break this down. Let's start with brace. This is what brace is. We believe that every dream has a team. We believe that every dream has a team. So when you brace, what is the definition of brace? Brace is a meaningful, supportive, and influential relationship that is pushing you towards your dream. So when you are bracing, or when you brace, you are building and sustaining meaningful, supportive, and influential relationships that are pushing you towards your dreams. So we see when you're like, okay, well, how do I know if I have a brace? Because a lot of times we have a lot of different relationships. We have a whole bunch of different communities. And we really think that we believe that brace is totally different from, not totally different, but brace goes even deeper than community. A lot of times we see a lot of communities. And so I'm sure you're wondering, well, don't I already have a brace? Well, here's some questions that you could even ask yourself, because this is what brace. In brace, there are relationships that show care, they show challenge, they provide support, they share power, and they expand your possibilities. So if you're wondering, you're asking yourself, okay, a brace, like I see this is all about community. This is all about surrounding yourselves with meaningful, supportive, influential relationships that are pushing you forward. But are those relationships showing care? Do they show that they care about you? Do they encourage you? Do they reach out to you? Do they call you and check on you? Are they challenging growth? Do they see the area that, like, do they see where you can be and see your potential? And do they challenge you to go after your potential? Do they provide support? Are they there for you? Do they show up? Are they caring? Will they come and pick up a chair for you? Will they come carry some boxes for you? Will they be there for you to help you achieve your dream? Will they share power when they have the ability to share power, especially about things that maybe pertain to your life? Are they sharing power and giving you the ability to be able to like take power over your own life? Right. And are they expanding possibilities? Are they inspiring you? Are they showing you the possibilities of what you can do in your life? Research shows that a sense of belonging to a greater community improves motivation, health, and happiness. And so this isn't just about just having a good like this group that's all about your dream and pushing you towards your dream, which is great because we all need that. Like we need to be pushed towards our dream. But more than anything, actually having a real good brace will actually improve your motivation, your health, and your happiness. So if you're wondering, well, maybe I'm not motivated, I'm not excited to, get after this work or maybe get in the gym or do what I need to do. Maybe like, my finances, I'm terrible in my finances. I want to do better. I want to be more motivated to like get my finances together. Right. Research shows that when you surround yourself with a brace, that you can actually improve your motivation, your health, and your happiness. And also among the most powerful human motives anywhere is the desire to form and maintain social bonds. Is
that desire more than the sexual desire you have when you're abstaining sex before marriage?
That's a tough one.
That's a tough desire.
That's a tough man. I don't know.
No,
it is. But I think really what it comes down to is like what you're talking about is like we want to have powerful relationships that go beyond like anything else. And I think sex is a part of a social bond. I think that's what it is. I think that's a huge part of it too. And I think it is our desire to be connected to people.
True.
And work with people. So what we're all about is going even beyond that and allowing those relationships to push you further. Right. So that's what Brace is.
So every dream has a team. Mm-hmm. So if I have a dream and I don't got a team, I'm not bracing myself.
Or your dream's not big enough. That's what our motto is, even for our business. If your dream doesn't have a team, then it's not big enough.
Yeah.
Like, because if you can do it by yourself, then it's not a dream. It's a goal.
Yeah. Because I can easily I'm going to go to the gym. Mm-hmm. But if my dream is I'm going to have a 6-pack and my abs are going to be so defined and so cut and my back going to be chiseled.
That's tough.
I definitely can't do that by myself. That's why I hired a trainer, and my back still has not looked like that ever since I stopped going to my trainer. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to come back as soon as I get more money. Yeah.
All right. So the next one. So we got Brace. Now we're talking about Spark.
Spark. So we believe that hope changes the future. Again, we believe that hope changes the future. So what does that mean? What is Spark? So Spark is an experience that challenges your limiting beliefs and helps you to create empowering beliefs. Mm-hmm. Again, it's an experience that challenges our beliefs and helps us to create new empowering beliefs. Mm-hmm. And so the crazy thing about even that saying, like, hope changes the future, is we really believe that our beliefs impact our destiny and our future. And At first, it starts with even our own reality, that our beliefs are really the foundation of how we perceive reality to be. Mm-hmm. And so our beliefs really organize and even help us to determine what we think is real. And so if I say, let's just say I'm hanging out with my girlfriend and like, she's texting on her phone and like not giving me eye contact, like I can have a belief and say, wow, like I must not be important to her and I must not really be special to her because she won't get off her phone. Now that's a belief that I can have that can impact even how I'm going to react and interact with my friend. Yeah. But if my belief is, oh my goodness, maybe she got a really important email from her professor and has to respond right away, then the way I'm going to react and also continue to interact with my friend is going to be based off my beliefs.
And that really goes into like narrative therapy as well, doesn't it? Like about the stories that you tell yourself about your situations around you.
Yeah, it really does. And it goes into cognitive behavioral therapy, which is like how we think impacts our behaviors, which of course impacts our reality, and even sometimes the symptoms, like the pathologies that we have, whether it's depression or anxiety. The way that we think about our situations and our experiences impact how we even experience ourselves and our reality. And so really, beliefs can sometimes be unconscious. Like, these aren't the things that we're like always thinking in the frontal lobe, like they're very present to us. Like sometimes they can be based off experiences that we've had going back even to childhood, that sometimes we can have beliefs about how people are based on how our parents were. And because of that, it impacts how we perceive any other future relationships, specifically, I think even romantic relationships. Yeah. Like if we grew up in an abusive household, for an example, we can grow up with the beliefs like, I will never find someone that can treat me well because maybe I saw how my father treated my mother. Or even positively, we can think about like, wow, like I saw my parents be super successful and make, over 6-figure incomes. I have the belief that I can do that as well based on what I experienced.
Well, that's if you define success to be making 6 figures too.
But we're redefining success. So that's not even what...
That might not even be what some people find successful.
Right.
That might even be something that, that could be a hindrance for some people, and that could be something
definitely
that they say, oh, it means nothing to me. My parents had made 6 figures and they were unhappy.
Right. And we have the ability to like wire out kind of like toxic thinking and limiting beliefs and transform those into empowering beliefs that will push us toward changing our future. Because oftentimes, if we don't believe we can achieve something, then we will fulfill that. What's that saying that you always said? Is it Albert Einstein? Whether you believe you can.
Oh, no. That was that Albert? No, that was Henry Ford. Oh, okay. Henry Ford said, whether you believe you can do a thing or you can't do a thing, you're right. So, your belief will impact your ability to perform.
Right. And you guys should totally look at Caroline Leaf, Dr. Caroline Leaf. She is an amazing researcher just about the brain and talks about how our beliefs and our thoughts really can create structures in our minds. And we may think, oh, like my mind and my brain aren't connected, but they're very connected and they actually impact what we do. So again, even scripture talks about this. Like Proverbs 23:7 says, as a man thinks within his heart, so is he. As a man thinks about himself, the things he believes about himself impact who that man will become. And so with Hope Changes the Future, we believe that with Spark, if we can have experiences that can challenge us to change those limiting beliefs into empowering beliefs, it will change our whole future, it will change our relationships, and it will change our destiny in the generations that come after us. The next topic ties perfectly, I believe, to Spark, which is P for purpose. And purpose, we believe that what you do matters. Again. Yeah. Purpose, we believe that what you do, what you individually do, impacts and matters the most to the world. And so what is purpose? We believe that purpose is being able to identify the meaning behind your work, and not just where it stays with you, but how it impacts you and the world around you, the people around you. And so we look at purpose as like, if you think about like a target, like a dartboard, and the center of that is like the center of us, our being. Everything around, like the periphery, can be like our personality, the things we like, the things that are cool, the things people describe us as. But the center of that dartboard, the very target that we're aiming for, is our purpose. And so it is the center of who we are, but purpose is not meaning. So when I say that, like a lot of people can say, oh, does this give my life meaning? And meaning can be, oh, like this feels good to me. It makes me feel happy. But their difference is purpose is externally focused. So it's not about just me, but it's how do my actions, how does what I do make a difference in the world?
Yeah.
And so a question that you can ask yourself is, if you know that you're seeking purpose, is how can I contribute to and connect with the world in ways that give my life meaning? So for example, we can say it's easy sometimes for us to say, oh, once I get this job, then I'll be walking in my purpose.
Right.
But that's a goal. So a goal is something that has like a defined end to it. So I can say, okay, once I become a licensed psychologist, I've reached a goal. But that wouldn't me be saying I'm moving in my purpose.
Right.
It could be a goal that's in line with me moving in my purpose. And what I believe my purpose is to be able to, one, be in spaces where I'm helping people, I'm comforting people, I'm encouraging, I'm teaching, I'm mentoring. I'm just really being able to give of myself to help uplift somebody else.
I think to even go back to like what you were talking about, the person who said, oh, I saw my parents make six figures, so this is what success was. That if they believe that 6 figures is what success is,
right,
as opposed to maybe saying, oh, I just want to be wealthy, I saw my parents were wealthy, it doesn't matter if they make that 6 figures or not. What matters is that they're wealthy, because the difference between wealth and rich is like, it's not about how much you gain, but it's about how much you keep.
Right.
And so, yeah, just realizing that purpose is more about maybe I want to be wealthy and I want to like have a wealthy lifestyle. Then it's not necessarily if I reach that 6 figures or if I go beyond that six figures. It's more about me being able to be wealthy. Right.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because I think sometimes we can tie our purpose to kind of sometimes trivial things, such as money.
Right.
We can say, my whole purpose is just to make money and keep money. And then I'll die. And that's not a life worth living, I think, not. Because we're constantly going to be in chase of money. In our life. Money, yes, it can impact the world around us. So maybe another thing we can frame that as like, well, what do you want to do with that money? Like, is that money just going to stay in your 401k and die? Like, or are you saying, I want to be able to get a lot of money so that I can give to charities with people that, you know, have cerebral palsy? Like, I really care about people with disabilities. That is something that can be more aligned in moving in purpose.
I think my favorite way of thinking about it is I heard this from someone else. They said that like money is just a way that you allow yourself to do what you want. So like a business, for example, a business survives on money, but that doesn't mean the purpose of the business is to make money.
Right.
It's almost like saying that our bodies survive on breathing oxygen, but that doesn't mean that the purpose in life is to breathe
just
oxygen.
To breathe.
That it's like you said, the question is, well, what are you going to do with that oxygen? What are you going to do with all this oxygen that you're breathing?
All right.
What are you going to do about it? The same thing is like, okay, you got money coming in. What do you want to do with all this money?
What's the purpose?
Coming in? Yeah.
Right. And the thing with purpose too is that we can't say we're living in purpose when our behavior patterns, our decisions, our goals, and our efforts aren't aligned with that purpose. So if I said, you know, my purpose is to help people, uplift people, give, but everything I do is all about me. Everything I do, every decision I make, every goal I make, all my behavior patterns are reflective of just me, and they're not about other people. So one thing that I want us to walk away with the purpose is, am I moving in purpose? Am I moving towards something that is always progressing? And like with purpose, you can never fully reach purpose until the day you die. You can reach a goal because there's a defined end, but purpose, you're always moving toward it. So
it's like a never-ending hallway. You're walking down the
you will never reach the end.
You just never really get there. It's a direction that you move in.
Right. So for us to think about, like, are my behavior patterns, are my decisions, are the goals, even are the things that I put my time in, such as my job, such as my volunteer efforts, are those things aligning with what I believe my life's purpose to be?
Yeah, that's really good. So I think the next thing, which I think just goes really well after purpose, is our next one. So we talked about BSPF. We got brace, which is brace. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Brace. Where brace is every dream has a team. Spark, hope changes the future. Purpose, what you do matters. And then the last one is flow. Where there's passion, power, and purpose, there is fulfillment. Where there's passion, power, and purpose, there is fulfillment. So what is flow? Flow is the state of moving in your purpose and tapping into the skills and confidence you need to be successful. So when someone is in their flow, when they move into their purpose, they are now getting into the state where they are in their purpose and they're tapping into the skills and the confidence that they need to be successful. And one thing that we should know about flow is that when you are aligning your strengths, because flow is all about your strengths, when you align your strengths with your purpose, you will have fulfillment.
Right.
And so it's really bringing these two together, that like, all right, here's something that I'm really good at. Here's my strength. Here's something I'm like that I want to do. Here's the direction that I want to move in. Here's the achievement that I want to create in my life and in the world. And when I align those two together, that all of a sudden you find fulfillment.
Yes.
Flow is really a strength-based approach. I got a lisp. Courtney used to have the lisp when she was younger. Now I got it.
Yeah.
Flow is a strength-based approach, which is focused on the individual's self-determination and strength. So this is like a type of approach that builds you on your strengths, and specifically seeing yourself as resourceful, as resilient, even when you're in adverse conditions. And so it's really what flow is like, it allows you, and a lot of times what you do is when you get uncomfortable, you really have to you kind of revert back to doing things the way that,
feels good.
It feels good to you. Like if I'm, I do martial arts. I got a black belt in Kaji Kimbo. Sometimes I would switch up my stance and I would fight a different way. But when things got tough, like if I got punched in the face a couple times, I'm like, all right, I'm getting back in my normal stance. Let me go back to southpaw. I'm not let me stick here because I'm tired of getting punched in the face. Flow is really like, okay, like when adverse situations come, I'm going back to my strengths and I'm tapping into my strengths, but it's really about staying in that place of your strength so that you can be successful all the way through.
Right.
And this isn't saying like, oh, you don't grow and you don't try new things, but it's really using your strength as a way to continue to catapult you forward.
Yes.
Research says that strength-based approach allows for a person to see themselves at their best. So in order to see the value that you bring just by being you, really, is what it's all about. It's like you get to be yourself and you actually bring value. Then moving that value forward to capitalize on the strength rather than focusing on negative characteristics. So again, going back to like, okay, what am I bad at? Let me focus on this and making this better. But really saying like, hey, I'm really going to push my strengths forward and I'm going to capitalize on this. So now I'm focused on just me being great and the things that I offer instead of focusing on anything else.
Right.
And so what we believe is that when you tap into your flow, it makes it easy for you to be successful. It makes it easy for you to do what you want to do and achieve your purpose.
Right. Because you're not really like, I think the reason why strength-based is so important, and we do this all the time in therapy as well, that if I start focusing on, let's just say a client comes to me and they're like, hey, I don't have money in the bank account. My mom sucks. I don't feel like I'm going to graduate. Like, just all these difficult things that they're going through and weaknesses that they have. With strength-based work, you are focusing on, okay, yep, let's acknowledge and hold space that those things could be difficult, but you also have things within you that will help you to overcome those things, such as, you have the ability to problem solve very well. Like, let's use that skill to get you, thinking of what are solutions we can do to help you to graduate. Or maybe you don't have a good relationship with your mom right now or with your dad, but you have the ability to communicate through writing. So maybe you could practice writing how you feel and maybe use that as a method of communicating with them to improve your relationship. So strength-based approach is so efficient, and we use it in therapy. It's used in social work. It's used in coaching. It is just something where
it's used even in sports. Like, you think about it, like a basketball coach isn't going to put you in an area during the game. Isn't going to put you in an area where you feel weak and have you play there. He's going to say, okay, you're a big guy. I'm putting you down at power forward, or a center.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, even the Bible, again, when the Bible tells us, focus on things that are good,
meditate that.
Philippians 4:8, and to meditate on these things. The Bible is even telling us what good is it going to be focusing on your weaknesses and the things that you hate about yourself and the things that are going wrong in the world. The Lord is showing us that there is so much benefit, again going back to Spark, controlling the way we think and also moving in those things, because it really impacts just our reality and how far we go.
And this whole thing about BSPF is really, we believe that it really will make you successful. You can look at any successful person in the world, and you can look at anywhere. You can look in the Bible, you can look anywhere. You'll see that people are using this. They may call it something else. They may call it community. They may call it networking. They may call it different things. But really, what we've identified is that there's something specific about the way you move in these relationships and with intentionality that helps you become successful. And so BSPF, Brace, Spark, Purpose, Flow, they can really go in any order in your life depending on where you are. But even if you were to move them in order, you would really see that this kind of moves in a spiral, that when you move into, there's a saying that says, if you're the smartest person in a room, it's time for you to change rooms. But as you think about changing rooms and you say, okay, I want to move up into this next level, whether it be in my career, whether it be in my job or in my business or in my health or anything else like that, I want to move to this next level. The first thing we have to do is we have to identify, Brace, who do I need to surround myself with right now? Who's going to be intentional about helping me be successful? Second one is Spark. What are the beliefs that I need to change about myself, or what are the beliefs I need to have in order to be successful? Purpose, what is it that I'm trying to achieve, and how does it not just impact me but impacts other people around me? Because this is a big question, because you got to know, we can go into this more when we talk a little bit more about purpose, but your purpose has to impact others, or people aren't really going to be inspired to help you and motivate you. If it's just about you, nobody cares. But
even though everybody only cares about themselves at the end of the day, people want to know that you also care about something more than yourself.
Yeah, really. And I think honestly that's what makes a leader is able to see beyond themselves and see other people. So when you care, when you're in purpose and you are thinking about something that you want to achieve that's beyond you, then people want to help you. So then you identify, what is it? So going back to this, Brace, you surround yourself with the right people. Spark, you identify what's the belief that you need to have to be successful. Purpose, what is success for you? And then Flow, what are the skills that you need to be successful? Use those skills to help you find success, and then you assess again. Okay, where am I going? All right, I need to surround myself. Maybe I'm smart in this room now. I need to move to a new room.
Right. Yeah. And in case you don't remember anything else about BSPF, we just want you to remember kind of these short sayings so that you can find out, okay, how can I apply this to where I'm at? So with Brace, every dream has a team. So you need to find a team that is going to support you in moving toward success, moving toward your dream, toward an extraordinary life, that it's so important for you to have a Brace in the midst of moving toward success.
Yeah.
S, again, for Spark, hope changes the future. What are those mindsets that you are having that are perhaps limiting you, that are perhaps keeping you stuck, and creating experiences for yourself by either getting around new people, being in spaces that are going to challenge you, so that not only will your beliefs just become empowered and transformative, but they'll become so empowering that they'll change the way that you move and operate, which will change your future.
Yeah.
With P, again, purpose, what you do matters. I think it's super empowering for you to know that your life has meaning and it doesn't just have to do with you, that
it impacts others.
Right. Everything that you do, even when you walk out the house and you drive on the freeway and you walk into a grocery store, maybe you have a chance encounter with someone and you exchange a $1 bill. Like, I don't know, knowing that your life has so much meaning and it matters so much that it can't just end with you. You have to see bigger, the vision for yourself that goes beyond just yourself, but how does my life leave an impact on this world in this generation? And then lastly, flow. Where there's passion, power, and purpose, there's fulfillment. So if you are in this place right now in your life where you're like, I am not fulfilled, I feel like there's so much more I could be doing, my life is just all over the place, are you operating in the things that you're passionate about? Are you operating in the things that you feel strong at? And are you operating in your purpose? Because when all those three come together, that's where there's fulfillment, and that's where you're in your flow.
Yeah. So, one, before we get off, we would definitely want to leave you guys feeling like you have something to move forward with. One, who's one person that you need to surround yourself with and build a brace with. If you need to go back and write down some of the notes, and I think eventually we're going to be writing notes on our website, CoCoPlumMyLife.com. We'll have a resource section where you can go and check out the notes. But what you need to do is, one, identify who's a person you need to build a brace with. Two, what's a limiting belief that you have that has been holding you back from being successful. Three, transform that into an empowering belief. What's the empowering belief that you need to be able to help move you forward? Four, what are you trying to achieve? And make sure when you define what you're trying to achieve, how it impacts you and how it impacts other people around you in a positive way.
Right.
And then five, was that five? Mm-hmm. Five is now you need to, what are the strengths? What's the flow that you're going to use to help you become successful?
Right.
What's the skill that you have that is native to you that you're going to help you be successful? So find that person, identify the limiting beliefs, transform it into an empowering belief. What is your purpose? And flow. Get into your skills.
Right.
Get into that flow.
Right.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this podcast, we hope that this has been super helpful for you. We do this because we care about people and we really want to see people successful. We believe that everything that has been given to us is not just for us, but it's for others.
Right.
And so that's why we do what we do. We want to be able to give wisdom away and allow other people to use it. And if you're listening to this and you say, hey, I really want to start making progress towards my dream, and I'm hearing this and this is inspiring me and I want to learn more and I want to talk more, and maybe even you're thinking like, hey, I really want some accountability. I don't really have people around me who are bracing me and pushing me towards my dream. Reach out to us.
Yeah, this is what we do.
This is what we do. We're all about this. We would love to support you. We love to chat. We love to set up a free consultation with you and talk about maybe the areas that you need to create change in, and what are some good tools and good steps to move forward in that.
Right.
So reach out to us. You can hit us up on our website, www.CoCoPlumMyLife.com. That's www.CoCoPlumMyLife.com.
At COCO.
COCO. Hit that brace button and send us an email. And we'd love to chat with you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening. If you listen all the way through, if you skip to the end, shame. Shame on you. No,
I'd be skipping to the
end. Thank you so much for listening. Again, when you share, when you comment, when you like, when you subscribe, all that stuff, it helps us to be able to continue doing what we do.
Yeah, and reach more people.
And it feels good, y'all. It feels good to know that people like us. So please, even if you just say, hey, if you just say, I like you, if you say, hey, I really appreciate the stuff you guys are doing, or hey, I think you're wrong, whatever.
There's other research you didn't look at.
Right. Send it to us. If you have other thoughts, send it to us. We would love to hear.
And if you have questions, send us questions.
Yeah, send us questions. We will answer we'll even answer some of your questions on our website. I'm sorry, not on our website, on our podcast.
Right.
Moving forward. So yes, please comment, subscribe, like, share, and leave us a rating. We'd love to hear from you all. And if you need any extra support, please hit us up at CoCoPlumMyLife.com. Until next time, I know we have some type of creative quote that we say at the end of this, and I'll let my wife say it.
That you have the power to create your extraordinary life.
Yes.
That you, like this whole thing about people of color redefining success, you as a person of color, you have what you need to create this extraordinary life. But sometimes we just need the encouragement. Sometimes we need to know how. Sometimes we need the resources. But we just want you to know that you have the power within you to create your extraordinary life.
You do. You got it, y'all.
Yep. Until next time. And next time, we're going to be going more in depth with BSPF, where each acronym will have its own episode, so that we'll be able to really go into some of the people that we've worked with, how we know Brace works, how we know Spark works, so that you can actually hear more stories to see like, wow, this actually changed somebody's life.
And some specific examples on how to use Brace in your own life. And then we'll also be bringing in some people to interview on our podcast.
Yeah.
Really successful people that we've been blessed to know. And they'll be able to talk about their experience of Brace and how they use it, and then you'll be able to get some good gems to be able to take home and use in your life for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, this is it.
This is it, y'all.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Bye.
Bye.